everyone, so before I get started with this video, I just want to let you know that last night I went on a haunted hayride, which I should do a vlog just about the haunted hayride because it was probably one of the most terrifying experiences of my entire life, but I was losing my voice. So I woke up this morning and I was like, I have to film this video, but my voice is kind of gone. I drank tea with a little bit of lemon juice in it, and look, my voice, it's like already back. That's amazing. Anyways, I just want to give you guys that little tip. If you can't speak because you screamed so loud from haunted people that were jumping onto your little hayride buggy from the night before, drink tea with lemon juice in it and it will make you be able to speak again. Anyways, today's video is a throughout the year 7th grade. If you want to see any of my previous throughout the years videos, I will link them all in the bottom bar below, like in order. But this is 7th grade, and 7th grade was kind of just a their year for me. And if you know what I mean, I'm talking about 6th grade. If you saw that video, you know that that was the hardest year of my life. In that point, it was kind of a very important year of my life. It was the toughest year, but that kind of makes it important. 8th grade was one of the best years of my life, which in point kind of makes it one of the most important years of my life. 7th grade was average, but being sandwiched between those 2 years makes it just there. But there are a couple stories that I remember that I was thinking of. I was lying in bed last night and I was like, I want to do a throughout the year 7th grade, but what do I even have to talk about? You know, because the 6th grade and the 8th grade are so important years, but 7th grade was just there. But the main thing I remember is that, you guys know, I've talked to you about it before, I was a competitive cheerleader for 8 years. I've mentioned it in passing before, and every time I do, I get so many comments asking me what team, what level, what, you know, everything that I was doing with cheerleading. And so I decided that this would be the perfect video to talk to you guys just a little bit about it, because 7th grade was the year that I'd done it for a few years. I did it for 8 years total. I had done it for a few years before 7th grade, and then I kept going a couple of years after. But 7th grade, the main thing I remember is that I completely threw my heart, soul, everything into cheerleading. And it wasn't that I wasn't there for my team before or that I didn't really care. It wasn't that. It was just that I cared so much more in 7th grade. That was like my life in 7th grade. And if you don't know what competitive cheerleaders are, it is a sport. And it's not where you just, you know, put on the outfit and you sideline cheer, which is where you cheer. Most of the time it's for a school. You cheer, you know, for the football team or the basketball team or the volleyball team or anything like that. And you just kind of get the crowd really excited. And I feel like that is tough too, especially if you are tumbling in it. But competitive cheerleading is most of the time not done with your school. A couple schools offer competitive cheerleading squads if they have like a big request for it, but most of the time you have to go to kind of an outside venue. And I went, mine was like titled an academy, but they're titled lots of different things, and it was like the best one that was around like my city. There were like 2 or 3 or whatever, but I chose the one that had like the most, like, not credentials, but like, I don't know, just like the best reputation or whatever. And so I'd been doing it for a few years before, and 7th grade, I don't exactly remember, you know, I did it for 8 years. I don't exactly remember what team I was on, but I feel like I was on junior level 4 co-ed, but I can't be for sure because I don't really remember. I started out on Pee-wee, like level 1, and I worked my way up to senior co-ed level 5, except whatever. You guys, cheerleading was not cut out for me. I don't know why I did it all the way through 9th grade, because looking back on it, I wasn't the best tumbler, and I feel like the team sometimes, they put me on better teams that I really should have been on. I should not have been on level 5, you know, senior co-ed. I didn't have those tumbling skills down. So I just want to go ahead and say, like, if you know cheerleading and you're like, wow, she was on level 5. Like, no, I did not. You know, I couldn't do a full, I couldn't really do anything. But this year, I think I was on junior level 4, and our team always did like little theme things. Like I remember one of the years we had Grease, and one of the years like we did all different things. And I feel like this year was Lion King. But like I said, I can't be for sure because I don't really remember. But I think it was Lion King. And I had a lot of friends that didn't go to my school. There was only one girl named Haley that went to my school and was on my cheerleading team. And I actually roomed with her. In 7th grade, we got to go. I know this is a completely different story, getting off subject, but in 7th grade, we got to go on an overnight field trip with our school, which is like what you lived for. It was at the very end of the school year. If you got like any detentions or anything like that during the year, or if you got like 6 or something, not any, you couldn't go on this trip. So it was at the very end of the year, and it was kind of like an incentive, and you got to spend the night 2 nights. You were gone for 3 days and 2 nights, and Haley was one of my roommates. You had 3 roommates total. It was Haley, one of Haley's friends, and another one of my friends. So it was like kind of all intertwined or whatever. But that was a really fun trip. But competition cheerleading it's difficult. I would go to the gym so many times a week and just work and work and work. And our team was so close that year. And I feel like after that year, the team started detaching just a little bit and we weren't as close as we were. But I feel like this year, everyone on the entire team was just so close. And it was like we were all living for our team, which was, it felt like a second family. It was a second family. I mean, I was with them so much that they could have been my second family. But that was basically the thing of 7th grade. I was obsessed with my competitive cheerleading squad. I wanted to be the best cheerleader that I could be, and the best tumbler and the best stunter and the best dancer. And there's so many different aspects that you put in an entire year's work to go to. You know, our team had like a 3-month season where we'd work the whole year, and then for 3 months each weekend we would like go to a competition or whatever. So you work for 9 months to have 3 months of weekend competitions, and your routine is only 2 minutes and 30 seconds long. So you put 9 months into 2 minutes and 30 seconds to show what you can do, what your team can do. And it's really powerful, that feeling right before you go on stage. If you've ever had to go on stage for anything, if you're a dancer, if you're a cheerleader, if you're anything, and I feel like some of you are gonna kind of take this a little bit of as a joke, like when I'm talking about like how competitive it is. But if you are a cheerleader, if you want to be a competitive cheerleader, if you were a competitive cheerleader, you know what I'm talking about when I say that that is the biggest adrenaline rush when you step on that stage and you know that you have 2 minutes and 30 seconds to show the judges what you've been working on for 9 months, and one slip up could cost your entire team. It's a lot resting on your shoulders, but when you finish it and you've all done okay, everyone makes at least one mistake. Everyone feels like during that transition their arms weren't at their side, or during something they were sloppy on it. Everyone feels like that, but at the end of the day, when you get your scores back, the competitions that you did really well in, you can't even express how excited you are that you helped your team get to that set. And I mean, there were some competitions that we didn't win. There were some that we did win. We weren't the best team in the world, but we also did win a lot of the competitions. So it was definitely, that was like what I lived for that year. But like I said, we also went on the overnight field trip, which was really exciting. We went all around like the cities or the major cities of our state, and we went to the Capitol and everything like that. And then we just like did a lot of like field trippy stuff. And that was really fun because it was the first time that, you know, I was going on a field trip with all my friends and my parents weren't going, and I was staying in a hotel room with just my friends. There weren't teachers in our hotel room, there weren't chaperones, nothing like that. Of course, they did tape your doors shut, and if you opened them in the middle of the night, the tape would break and there was no way for you to like tape it from the inside back. So you were kind of stuck in your room, unless there was like a fire alarm or something, which there wasn't. But you were kind of stuck in your room a little bit, and the teachers would like walk up and down the hallways, but you still didn't have teachers in your room. So it was like you would stay up all night and you would just talk to your friends, and it was like, I don't know, that was like one of the best parts of 7th grade for me. And then also Elle had a friend who, okay, so Elle's friend's dad was a 7th grade teacher at my school, and I happened to get him. And one day he brought Elle's friend's dog to school. I don't know, because I don't know, do your teachers ever bring their pets to school? I feel like once a year, at least one of my teachers for that year would bring a pet to school. But he brought a dog to school. He brought Elle's friend's Elle's friend's dog to school. And I remember he told me that Elle's friend requested that I was the only one that was allowed to take it out and walk it. So he let me take the dog outside and walk it during class. So I like got to leave school during class. That was also like a highlight of, and then that was like a highlight of my year. And then also my friend and I had to do a project for this teacher's class, and you got to choose a place or whatever, and our place was Belgium, and I've been to Belgium before, so it was really exciting for us to do a project all about it. And then the day that you like presented your project, you got to bring in snacks or something like that that kind of had to do with it. So we made like these little crescent rolls or croissant rolls or whatever, you know, they are, and we made them into like little sandwiches, and then we brought little chocolate truffles, because I don't know, that kind of seems like Belgium-y to me. But we researched it, and that was something that was really common there, and so we took that, which was really, really exciting. Because we like got to take a snack in for the class, and not all the people brought snacks. So the people that brought snacks like the other students were excited because they got to, you know, snack on something. I remember that. What else do I remember from 7th grade? 7th grade, like I said, it was all about my competitive cheerleading. It was really about me going to the gym after school every day, and I was trying so hard, you know, to get all of my tumbling down. But like I said, I was never a good tumbler. I still am not a good tumbler. I can still do a cartwheel because I tried the other day, but I probably still couldn't even do, you know, anything that I used to be able to do. But looking back on it, I don't know why my team not kept me around the whole time, because like you tried out for which team you would be placed on, but you would at least be placed on a team. But there were, you know, different level teams or whatever. But I'm not quite sure why they put me on the team I was put on all these years, because like I was always put on a higher team than my tumbling level was. So I don't know, because I was never a flyer, so it wasn't like they wanted me for that. I was a back spot or a base. I don't know. I guess there were lots of different things that kind of went into how they chose what team you would go on, but I was definitely not tumbling wise. What is that? I was definitely not tumbling wise advanced enough to be, sorry, I need to just make sure this isn't okay. Yeah, so that's what happened to me when I was in 7th grade. And this was probably a really boring video. Yeah, so that's what happened to me when I was in 7th grade. This was probably like a really, really boring video because I was just like, I was a competitive cheerleader. It's a sport. I went on a field trip. But that's really the gist of what happened my 7th grade year. And obviously, I'm doing these videos for each year of my life. Some of the years aren't going to be as exciting as other years. And this was definitely one of the ones that when I look back on my life, oh my gosh, I'm losing my voice again. One of the ones that when I look back on my life, it wasn't the most exciting year ever. Oh, but for my birthday, I got a hammock. I really, really wanted a hammock. So for my birthday, my parents bought one, and then they like tied it to each sides of the tree and like nailed a little thing in so that the rope wouldn't fall down. And yeah, that was like the best birthday present ever. But we've moved since then. That will be in my next video. We moved when I was in 8th grade to a different house, and the hammock couldn't come with us because it was like stuck in the tree. And that was really sad because they never got me another hammock, and that was like my birthday present. So you think that I would be able to like take it, but it wasn't something that I like cried over, you know. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, I need another hammock. It was something like, oh, bye hammock, bye house, bye, hi, new house. Yeah, so I'm still trying to work my lighting out, and I'm touching my hair a lot. I need to like sit on my hands because I always touch my hair while I'm filming, and I look back on it and I'm like, you look ridiculous. Like, it doesn't matter what your hair looks like. But to me, when I look in the little camera thing right here, I don't know, it bothers me. I promise I didn't just touch my hair. Okay, so yeah, that's what happened to me when I was in 7th grade. Leave me a video response letting me know what happened to you when you were in 7th grade. Oh, and if you're in a different country, 7th grade for us, I think you're not 12, maybe you're 13 in 7th grade. I don't know, I'll put a little like annotation right here telling you how old you are, or a little thing right here. Yeah, so that's how old you are. So leave me a video response letting me know what happened when you were in 7th grade, or what happened when you were that age, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.